tabletop is very well oiled up, covered in some kind of wax paper and keep it from rusting. I would be surprised to find any rust. Harbor Freight has a cheaper $90 table, but it is pretty warped. At least the display model up on the shelf was. This looked like a much better option. Boy, oh boy. It's greasy though. These might not give me a very good grip, but I can't find my other work gloves that I want to use for this, but let's keep my hands clean. Keep your clothes clean. Looks pretty good. Check it with the level here in a second. .3/16 of an inch thick. I just want to get the excess off, just so it's not getting on my clothes or anything. Yeah, I dare say that is near perfect. Just what I wanted. Like a slight, maybe 1/16 of an inch gap from here forward. Yeah, not the most perfectly straight table, but it is close enough. Yeah, pretty good gap though, right at this back edge. To about 5 inches back. And then over here, it's probably a 32nd of an inch. But only at the back there. Maybe there's a way I could attach my own framework and kind of tweak that back or something. Not too worried about it right now. So, see if I can find there's a little scuff mark. This might have been dropped in shipping or something. I don't know. I don't see any other damage. It's not the thickest. You know, if it was like a 1/4 inch thick, that might have held up a little better, but it probably isn't too hard to bend this. Though it does feel pretty solid. So anyway, I'll use this scuff mark as a way to mark the front left corner. I'll try and keep that toward me. So working in here, I can worry less about that. It's bent. bent sides. So, I got probably some legs. Alright, pretty easy to get those legs on, just 2 bolts each. 2 bolts, 2 nuts, 4 washers. It actually doesn't show the washers in the diagram, but they can't go anywhere else, so I put washers on both sides. You also have the option to put on some stubby legs to make this like a surface table. Maybe the table's getting pulled down to a crooked frame, so I'm gonna try loosening these up. But I'm wondering if that will spring back. So that this goes. Let's see here. What did I say? I wanted the front to be. That's the front. Let's put this label on the front, so it also helps me remember. I was thinking I could just slide this in here, but maybe it's better to put the legs on loosely to begin with. Yeah, that works. Legs have enough flex. Should have some feet. One of these. Here's the smaller legs. There's the feet. Bring that nut all the way down. It's just a locking nut to lock it into place. Like if you want that all the way out that far, you can bring the nut down and back it into this nut. I'll lock it. You want to do that after you level it. Overall, I'd be real happy if the table was straight. Everything else seems fairly sturdy. Got pretty heavy duty looking feet there. It should last. I do like that it's light enough that you can just carry it around. That's pretty handy. Close enough. I'm not too worried about it being level. That a little better. Pretty crooked spot, but yeah, got plenty of length on those bolts, these legs, for a pretty unlevel spot. So let's see. All pretty good except for the back edge. It gets a little worse right there on that side. So let's see if that springs up if I loosen the framework on the bottom. Oops, small. Probably one way I could straighten it is to loosen these bolts, bring it up, and put some washers under it, and I don't know. Not sure how I can fix that. I'll probably just have to deal with it. But let's see what happens here. Hoping the framework underneath is what's bent. Nah. It didn't help. What I could do is make new framework that is perfectly straight. Bolt it down to that. Maybe I can make that. Straighten it out. I don't know. Definitely not going to worry about it now. I'll probably end up just getting a nice one in the future when I can afford it. So, got some tools here, some clamps, table clamps, which are bolt in. I was thinking these were the drop-in type that you could just move it wherever you need it, but that's kind of inconvenient. I guess you wouldn't want the drop-in type on 3/16 inch. I'd probably bend it. It's got these things. So that's what we got. This stuff feels so light, it must be. So we got these little magnetic threaded plates here. Holders there. All right, that's all I really need right there, so that's what I'll focus on. Should help me get a welding project or two done. I'll just stay away from this back edge when clamping, and it should work out for my purposes. That's actually pretty nice. I'm glad I got this. Probably use the magnetic square here. Won't be able to once this bar goes up, but I'll figure it out. So let's see, put clamp here. Got some stop blocks in there, or stop pegs. So you just pop it in. It's right up where I need on the clamps. This is nice. Hold everything in place. You can get the long side over here too. This will have to move around for that, but that's not too big a deal. Feels like I got a proper setup here. I'm sure these aren't necessary, but just keep it from bumping around. Alright, I'm actually liking this table a lot. From going from welding on picnic tables and crooked pallet tables, welding on the ground. This is actually a breath of fresh air. I like it. And the cheap price and build quality actually has me less worried about, you know, scuffing it up or whatnot. Since a nice one of these is about $1,500 to start, so I can't really complain. I like it. It's working great. As long as I stay away from this back corner, and even if I didn't, I don't think it really would make too big a difference as long as I've actually never used a fixture table before, and this is really nice. So the second one of these I've done. Flip it over. Probably have to move this. Actually, that might work still. Might need to bring that over a hole, but I like it. This is neat.